Okay. You'll have to do it at home, so it's fine. It's good enough for cycling.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It just might be a little slower, maybe. Okay, so question. Which one are we looking at? Has it?
The Venn diagrams.
Page.
I don't know.
Okay, Venn diagram. Yeah.
Lesson 2.
Question 2 on Venn diagram. Let's have a look.
No, it's the addition rule.
The addition rule.
Yeah. Question 2.
Page 10.
Page 96.
Number 2.
Yeah.
A coin can either be heads or tails, and a dice can either be 6 or not. Draw the Venn diagram.
Yeah.
Alright. So, heads, 6. Yeah, this was actually a little bit hard the first time you do it. So, guys, come on. I think it might be useful to do probability tree. Because the easiest one to do first is the inner part, which represents getting a heads and a 6. Now, what is the probability of getting heads and 6? 1 over 12. It's 1 over 6 times 1 over 2. Well, what's the probability of getting a heads if we flip a coin?
1 over 2.
Yeah, and getting a 6 on the die?
1 over 6.
Yeah, multiplied together is 1 over
So
12.
1 over 2 times 2, 1 over 6 times
Yeah.
2.
1 over 2 times 1 over 6, yeah. That's 1 over 12. Now, what is the probability of getting heads in total? 1 over 2, right? But here is 1 over 12, so then it must be that this piece here is 5 over 12, because it has to give a total of 1 over 2. So 5 over 12 plus 1 over 12 gives me the 1 over 2. Now, what's the probability of getting a 6? We said 1 over 6. Here we already have 1 over 12. So this number here must also be 1 over 12. Because 1 over 12 plus 1 over 12 gives you the 1 over 6. Okay. And lastly, what's the total probability supposed to be? 1. So is it 5 over 12 on the outside here? Because the total has to be 1. Yeah.
But why the outside 5 over 12?
Because the total has to be 1.
12 over 12 is 1.
Add those 4 numbers together, you'll find you'll get 1. Yeah?
Well, how did you get the fundamental in the head side?
This one? Because the total here has to be a half.
Oh, including the...
Including that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah? No, but you need to give me a question.
No, I didn't have that. I didn't understand it.
I know, but that's sad. That's very, very sad.
Yeah.
That's like when my student borrowed my bicycle and got lost. What?
Still studying
It actually happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sure, her battery died on her phone. She didn't know how to get back from UCD on the bicycle. So that's why it took 2 hours.
Where is it?
UCD is a 20-minute cycle away. It took her 2 hours. It was so funny because when she came back, like I was downstairs, I was outside, and I could see her cycling into the campus, and she's like, "Oh, sorry," and I couldn't. I was trying not to laugh because she had the helmet on backwards. So like she comes in, she's lost, her battery's dead, her helmet's on backwards. I'm like, oh.
Bad day.
Bad day. Bad day. It's like you never like, yeah. Yeah, okay. So I'll think more carefully about renting a bicycle next time. Right. What's next? So look, are you happy with how you got the 1 over 12?
No, I don't understand the way, like you multiply the 1 over 2 times 1 over 6.
That's what you do when you have two things that happen after each other, you know?
Yeah, it's like and, right?
Yeah, it is and, yeah.
So now it's like head and 6.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be the head is 1/2.
Yep.
And 1/6.
Yep.
Yeah, equal 1/12.
Yep.
Why we added the 1/12 in the middle?
So you're okay with that one?
Yeah.
So what are you not okay
No,
with?
Okay, I know how to get the 1/12, but it's like the 5/12 and
This here must total 1/2.
okay.
Yeah? And what must this one total?
1/6.
And what must all four total?
1.
Okay. Right, what's next now? Has it? Is this just another question?
No, yeah, the question like they said like what the P
Which page?
is it? Oh, it says that in there. Yeah, there is the normal question is I don't know how to explain it. It's the first question, okay?
On which page?
The same page.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
with the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
what's the probability of A?
Yeah, so if everyone's looking at that picture, yeah?
Yeah.
So what's the probability of A? 0.6.
Okay, why we didn't multiply since like
Multiply what by what?
like instead of adding the 0.5 and 0.1.
It's just how Venn diagrams work. You add up the total in the circle to get the probability of that circle. So like in this picture here there's 2 numbers in the A circle. Yeah? Doesn't matter if there was 5 numbers, you just add all the numbers up.
Okay.
The only time you multiply in probability is when you have ands. You know? This isn't an and. It's what is the probability of A? That's it, just A. There's no multiplying involved.
Okay, and question C
Yeah.
says A and B, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it 5 times 3?
No. A and B is in the diagram is 0.1. That's A and B.
It's not independent.
It's not, well, we don't know. I'd have to calculate to see.
It's 0.15.
It's not independent. Has it? When you have a Venn diagram and somebody asks you what is the probability of A and B, that's represented in the diagram as the middle number. Can anyone tell me what represents A or B?
The A and B plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's okay, yeah?
Okay.
Right, what's next?
No, Jawab.
Okay,
Let's go with that plus.
okay. He's mixing it up a bit. We'll have a non-hazard question next. Yeah.
Page 106.
Right?
2.
2.
Yeah.
Oh, what's wrong with 2?
I tried. I couldn't.
You think the answer's wrong? Okay. I'm going to use Excel to speed this along a bit. Do you think so? Would you rather I use the calculator? I have a calculator here I could use.
Oh, flexing it.
Yeah? I could use the calculator. But then I remember, I'm the teacher, so I don't have to listen to you. So I'm going to use Excel. Right. Now, Gerard, can you read out the numbers, please? What is it? 61.90 is the first one.
No, 61.60,
Thank you.
69.80, 64.30, 63.10, 64.9, 63.30, 69.90, 65.20 and 65.40.
And good use of grammar. You remember to use the word "and" at the end. Yeah, even though it was a big list, so that was good. Right. So let's just see. Yeah, we'll just have Excel calculate it quickly just to see if the answer is right or wrong. 3.53. Yeah. So it is looking like. This is what you got. 3.53. To answer your question, it looks like the answer, assuming I typed the numbers in correctly,
I got 3.516.
yeah, it does look like it's wrong. So can I just have a pen to change this, Ben? Thank you.
What?
3.54, we'll say. There you go. Did you give me a lid? No.
I'm changing.
Right, so well spotted, thank you. What's next?
Okay. 116.
116.
No, wait, I have the question on the same page.
Yeah, okay. What?
It's not like a question.
Coincidence. Yeah, go on,
Not
which
a
one?
question.
Alright,
So in question 4,
yeah.
isn't like the formula of the standard deviation x, then this square outside, and then x with the square inside, right?
Oh no, let me think. Oh,
Yeah.
it's
right.
first. It's first with the square
Outside.
inside. I
Yeah,
thought-
minus the square outside.
Yeah.
Okay, in the square outside, isn't it like normally how to get the average?
Yeah.
Is it like the number over frequency?
No, number times frequency. Then all over the total frequency. So for example, it would be 0 times 5 plus 1 times 8 plus 2 times 1 plus 3 times 2 all over 5 plus 8 plus 1 plus 2.
I got it right, but
Okay.
I remember that like should be over frequency, like,
Yeah, all over 5 plus 8 plus 1 plus 2.
but the frequency
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Yeah.
No, wait. Oh, okay. Why did I?
No, Alex, come on.
Okay.
English.
Yeah.
Is okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
So always the mean is number the n over frequency. N over frequency. How to get the mean average?
What do you mean n over frequency?
Like the numbers, like the sales number.
Oh, the data.
Yeah, the data.
Data over the frequency, yeah. Right. What's next?
116.
116. Yeah.
B. Why it's
116B. Which question is B?
one?
Which B? There's many B's. One B, okay.
Oh, I studied that last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you can tell us then.
The B
Yeah. Your order at a restaurant. Combination or permutation?
Combination.
is no, it's permutation.
Which?
No.
No, that's
Which one is the one that you care about the order?
It should be in order because the order.
Yeah, but.
No, which one? Permutation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, is your order at the restaurant something you care about its order?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the order first.
So it's combination.
No, it's not like who order first gets the first.
No, but it's permutation is the one where you care about the order, and combination is the one where you don't care about the order. Yeah. So, do you care about the order here in 1B?
No.
I do. Because if you order soup, a steak, and cheesecake, you don't want the waiter to bring cheesecake, steak, and a soup.
No, it's okay. There is a question like.
No, it's like
was it okay?
Like the question
Appetizer,
didn't
your
say.
meal, and dessert.
Yes.
But that's but I was kind of hoping students would know that, because I didn't say you order at a fast food place. I said you order at a restaurant.
Exactly.
It's a bit different here.
Or like that.
Yeah.
No, let me.
Doesn't make sense.
No, makes sense.
Appetizer.
Quiz, dessert.
Dessert.
Yeah.
Because
I
you
can
get.
just order
You don't eat your dessert before your appetizer.
soup
So-
and
No, there is question 5.
steak and spaghetti. I don't care what order.
You don't care.
Yeah, like I eat my dessert first.
This is outrageous.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't really.
Really? No, seriously. You don't like if you order like soup, a steak, and a chocolate cake. You really don't care what order you get the food in.
No.
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 I'm
But the
hungry.
chocolate cake, like
Unless there's like an outing or a date or something like that.
No, but seriously, are you saying if your waiter brought down the chocolate cake and then said, "Okay, in a few minutes I'll bring down the steak," you'd be okay with that? You'd be happy with that?
yes.
Really?
You should delete that.
I think maybe I should. Yeah.
And it really depends
Okay.
on the-
That's fine, not to worry about it. This is just a cultural difference. Yeah. Right, what? No, I wouldn't say racist, just cultural difference. Right. So they're not even, they're different cultures, the two of them. If anything, it'd be sexist. That's the only way I could discriminate the two of them. Yeah? Right? I could say 100% of the females in this room do not care about the order that they get their food in. They just want to eat it right now. Doesn't matter. Yeah. Right, okay. What's, yes. Is it about cheesecake? No, go ahead, Hassan. I think they're all right.
How many questions?
He's worried that he might be taking question time from someone else. I don't think so, Hazza. You're all right. What's next?
Same page.
One more? Huh? One more. Go on. 15?
No. 16.
Oh yeah.
16.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think what I meant to say, to make it a little bit clearer, perhaps, is a bag contains 7 differently coloured balls. So, like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet, something like this. How many ways can 3 balls be removed from the bag with replacement? With replacement. So, when you take the first ball out of the bag, how many possibilities are there for the first one? 7. 7, there's 7, okay? Now, when you take the second ball out, how many possibilities are there? 7 again. Why?
Because it's really
It's with replacement. You put the original colour back in. And then the next one is also 7. So it should be 49 times 7. What's that? 300 and something, isn't it? 343. Yeah, okay. Was it the part about the replacement that was confusing, or what? Yeah, it's okay now or not?
I mean, the question could be misunderstood.
Yeah, because I didn't say differently coloured.
Or one after the other. You take 3 balls at a time.
No, because I said with replacement, that implies one after the other.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it really has to. Yeah? What's wrong? Is it not, it's confusing. Is it okay? Or?
Why it's not like 7 times 6?
Because with replacement means when you take the first ball out, you put it back in before you take the second one out. You don't lose any. Yeah? Okay? Yes. Right, now, will we go back to Hazza? Yeah, go on. Right, what's next, Hazza?
Same page, question for 6.
6. A PIN code for an ATM machine must have 4 digits. Yeah? Now, I already know some of you have the digit 0 in your pin. So, let's see if I can get another digit.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
you don't know which.
you have a 0 in it
Yeah.
and a 7.
I'm just saying this.
Yeah, so now I know you don't have a 7. So that means I know you have a 0 and no 7s. Yeah? So you must have a 2 in it.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh my
do.
God! Come on, stop.
Stop it.
And an 8 and a 4.
He can steal your money. Stop it.
0, 2, 8, 4. Okay, alright, so I'll list them all out. 0, 2, 8, 4. 0, 2, 4, 8.
Oh my god, no.
No, okay, I'll stop now.
No, no, please not.
It's like
You would never survive.
we're at school now. We're at school.
We're at school
Yeah,
now.
we're at school. Yeah.
I won't steal her money.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so,
Exactly.
But the question said the numbers cannot be reused.
yeah, they can't be reused. So,
10? You mean
first digit, how many possibilities for the first digit?
10.
All 10.
Yeah.
0 to 9. How many possibilities for the second digit?
No.
9. Because
You cannot use them.
you can't use whatever you used in the first one. And logically then, there's 8 here because these two are ruled out.
Yeah.
And here is 7. So, multiply. What do you get here?
Why didn't multiply the 6 and the 5?
Oh, it's only a 4-digit pin. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4.
It could also be solved by factors.
Factorial?
Yeah.
No, factorial is what he was saying, where it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, but it's special formula probably. Yeah, I remember something.
Yeah, but it's just easier to do
Yeah,
this.
but like in the further of
There's a mode on your calculator. You can type in, I think, something like 10p4 or something, I think. 10p4 on the calculator, maybe. It goes 10987.
I didn't get the answer to the question. Like, 4 digits.
Yeah.
Why you didn't choose 5 or 4?
No. These aren't my choices. These are my number of possibilities.
Oh wow.
So my first digit, how many choices are there? 10. I'm not saying I picked the number 10.
Oh.
Just the number of choices. Yeah.
I thought like you bet.
I just want to make sure.
Okay,
I
one sec.
understand.
Has it?
I thought like you bet 10 and
No. No. You can't pick 10 anyways for your pin code.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can pick 0 to 9.
Okay.
Right. 13 you said?
I
Yeah.
have other question.
Okay, go on.
No, in the same. What if like it was with replacement? Like.
Yeah, you could repeat it. Yeah, how would that change if you were allowed to reuse your digits?
10.
10, 10, 10, 10.
10.
10, 4, yeah, 10,000, isn't it?
Oh.
No, what am I saying? Not 10, 10. Yeah, 10 power 4 is 10,000. 4 zeros, yeah. Right, okay. Next, 13.
Yes.
13 was a bit tricky, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I understand it, but I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah, go on. You want me to explain it, or do you want to ask something?
Just to explain what I
Yeah.
understand.
You want me to explain to you what you already understand? Yeah, okay, no problem. No problem. Right. A safe lock has 10 digits, so maybe it's 0 to 9.
Yes.
That's normally a lock on a safe is 0 to 9.
Oh.
Something like this. On each turn of the sorry, the English got messed up there. Each turn the owner can turn up to 9 digits to the left or the right, and must of course turn at least one. So for example, a combination lock could be something like 4 to the left, 2 to the right, 1 to the left, and 2 to the right.
Pattern.
Yeah?
It's a pattern.
It's a pattern, yeah. If the lock requires 4 turns, like in my example, how many possible combinations are there? Right, so the first possibility is the owner can turn the owner can turn the dial how many digits? No, I think I said 9. They can make up to 9. Because, I mean, if they turn it 10 times, then the wheel has gone back to the start.
Oh yeah.
So it has to be up to 9. Right, so the first possibility is 9. Then after you decide you want to turn it 9 units, you then have to decide if you're going to turn it to the left or to the right. So how many possibilities next?
9.
No, you have to decide if you're going left or right.
2.
So just 2 then. So for example, the first one could be 9 left, or it could be 9 right.
Okay.
It could be 3 left or 3 right.
Yes.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Now the next one is another number. So the next one here is 9 again.
Yes.
And then you have to choose between left and right.
Yeah. But what
No. 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 There's only one possibility here. Why?
Because if you go right the first time, you go left.
Yeah, if you turn right the first time, then the next lock has to be a turn left. This is how these locks work. It would be a little bit silly if like for example, a silly combination is 2 right, 3 right. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because 2 right, 3 right is the same as
Right,
5 right. It doesn't make sense. So it has to go right, left, right, left. Because if it went right, 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 left, you can put all those rights together to make just one, you know. So the next one then is another 9, another 1, another 9, and another 1.
So why is it so?
Because at the beginning, there is a free choice of going left or right.
Oh, okay.
But once you've committed at the beginning to going left or right, then all other choices have to
Okay.
alternate from that.
So if you go left.
So it'll be 9 times 9 times 9 times 9 times 2.
Yes, that's what it is.
Good. See, it's a little tricky because you need to have a little bit of an understanding of.
Exactly. I don't know.
Combination. You've never seen movies before.
Yeah, but
But like, I don't pay attention to that. Who pays attention to open on the stage?
All right, is that okay? You have that?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Okay. What's next now? Yeah.
Expectation by
Which one?
expectation.
What page is that?
What's the super like that?
Which page?
122, 120.
Which one?
The question, it's not like a question because
Okay.
I watched the video yesterday,
Great. Okay.
so, but I didn't understand the formulas, the EX and the VX
Yeah. So the formula is EX equals the sum of all the probabilities times all their values.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you had 3 possibilities, you could win €1, €2, or €3. Then X would be 1, 2, and 3.
No, for example, there is a table -1, 0, 1, 2.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that table.
yeah.
Yeah, this one.
So yeah, it's in the table.
No, I didn't get the V because
The V.
the
Yeah.
the V formula
Yeah.
is that E
Yeah.
bracket X and squared inside.
The V formula, or you can could just write V for short, is this
Yeah, and squared.
minus this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for like
Like example number 4, is it or?
this number 4. No, this example is from the YouTube.
Oh, okay.
It's negative X is -1,
Yeah.
0, 1, 2, and
Yeah.
1/5 to 5.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the first part here has this one. You first should square all those X values in the table.
-1, 0.
Squared, 0 squared, and next.
Yeah,
squared.
because I watched the video,
Yeah.
but you didn't square all of them and one.
Did I not? Which did I not
Yeah.
square?
Like like you didn't use the square thing.
What do you
You
mean?
just added them.
Oh, well, that was maybe just me getting this one, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't use the square for that one. Yeah.
But it's square. You should square it.
Well, for which? Which am I? What was I looking for? Was I looking for the E or was I looking
No,
for the
you
V?
use the V, but these two things.
Oh, so maybe I just did that one first. Maybe I calculated this first and then squared the answer. Okay? And then maybe later in the video I did this calculation next. Possibly.
But isn't the answer of this one square?
Hassa! Oh, Hassa, my heart is aching and breaking. You've asked me this before in B401. Remember?
Was not.
Well, it wasn't exactly this. It was very similar. It was the whole SXX,
Oh, yeah.
SX discussion. So we know they're not the same. We know. Do we?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's okay, Hazza. It's not. I thought you were asking me the same thing. It is actually a different thing. No, it's interesting. It's different. In fact, can anyone tell me which of the two
Yeah.
will be bigger always?
The square and everything.
Yeah. Apparently, Hazza, if you first square and then add up, you get a bigger answer always than the second one, where you first add up and then square. And this means that I am guaranteed that the V is always positive. Guaranteed. However, in the first formula for the E, could be positive or negative. Yeah?
So, if to get the V,
Yeah.
EX squared.
Yeah. The first or the second one?
This, the first one is like the sum of x times the probability, right?
Yeah. It's the sum of.
Probably.
You square the x's first and then do the sum.
This is the E.
The first one.
Yeah.
Then the second one, you sum them all up, get your answer, and then square your answer, your final answer. Do you want a little example just to be clear?
Yeah.
So, guys, look up just to be clear with this calculation here. I'll just do a small one, Hazza, with like 3 values in it, okay? X, are you looking? P. I'll just say 1, 2, 3, and I'll keep it easy. I'll say 1 over 3, 1 over 3, 1 over 3.
Okay.
Okay? So the first one I'll just do plain old EX like this. Right, that'll be 1 times 1 over 3, plus 2 times 1 over 3, plus 3 times 1 over 3. That totals up to 2. So that means EX, the square on the outside, is 4. So that's this guy here, is a 4. Okay. Now, this one here, I have to square all these numbers. So that becomes 1, 4, 9. I'm squaring them. 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared.
Yeah.
So then EX with the square on the inside,
Yeah.
1 over 3 plus 4 over 3 plus 9 over 3. 1 times 1 over 3, 4 times 1 over 3, 9 times 1
Oh,
over 3.
you do the same. I thought
The same, no, the same, yeah.
Mm.
So what's this? 9, 10, 14 over 3, is it? So this one here
4 points.
is 14 over 3.
4 points.
So you add 4 plus 1 over times or the plus.
Add these 3.
No, I mean like 1 plus 1 over 3, 4 plus.
Wait, which one? This one?
Yeah, all of them.
Oh, that was 1 times 1 over 3
Times, okay.
plus 4 times 1 over
Yeah.
3. 14 over, is this 0.67?
Yeah, 0.6.
So this is the expected value.
This is the variance.
The variance.
Yeah. What's the expected value for my example?
2.
Yes, good.
What does variance mean? Like the difference?
Yeah, does anyone know? Remember roughly what variance means?
Square of standard deviation.
Yeah, roughly speak. Well, not roughly speaking, but if you were to square root this variance number, what would you get, by the way? About 0.8, is it? Roughly?
Yeah,
0.8, roughly. Okay. So, the variance by itself doesn't have a lot of meaning for us, but the square root of the variance does, because the square root of the variance means the standard deviation. Why that is interesting.
How discrete the values.
It's how spread out the values are.
Discrete.
Now, look, this result shouldn't be too shocking. Like, if I give you 3 numbers, 1, 2, 3, how different are those numbers?
The formula are similar, right? This
Yeah, very similar. Yeah.
But
But
wait. Yeah, because the standard deviation is with square root. So obviously, if we square the answer, we're gonna.
Good man. You saw the connection. Well done. So now now it's all
Yeah.
coming together. Yeah. All right. The value of 0.8 isn't surprising because these numbers are only 1 unit apart. 1, 2, 3. So
Yeah.
you could have guessed roughly 1 at the beginning.
Yeah.
Roughly speaking. Yeah.
One more?
No.
Well, go on.
Next time.
Probability. I don't know how to use
For the people.
the table, but I know how to do it, but without using the table.
Which question is this?
Generally, like
What question are you talking about? Which page? What's wrong, guys? What's wrong? What's wrong? Sounds terrible outside, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is tough.
binomial distribution.
The table one.
Yes.
Right, which one will we do? Page. Ah,
One.
I had to cycle in that.
I'm gonna
Me
walk.
too.
How far do you have to cycle?
Not far. So,
Okay. Yeah, but it's
126.
not great.
So it's not really.
Oh my bag.
Which one? Hey, hey!
Here.
Which one? Which one?
What's big?
4.
1, 2, 6, 4. 1, 2, 6, 4. Yep.
1, 2, 6, 4.
A team of 11 football players are voting on if they should buy new equipment or not. Each player has a probability of 0.7 of voting yes. For the vote to pass, there must be at least 7 or more players in favour. So you're basically looking for the probability of 7 or more yeses.
Yes.
Now for this one here, I didn't want you to use the table because this was the lesson before the table. Yeah?
6 or 11.
But that's what you were saying though. You know how to do this without the table. So 7 or more means 11C7, 0.77, 0.34. That's 7 yeses, isn't it? 11 people voting, 7 yeses.
But why is 0.7?
It says it, the question, I think. Yeah?
Yeah, just put your probability of
Yeah. But of course, 7 or more yeses means there could have been.
But it didn't say 0.7.
What it says it in there?
It literally said that. Go for, go all the way here.
Ah, okay.
No, sorry, I'm going. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? And then the next one is 11C, 9, etc.
Yes.
Up to 11.
So you just,
Can we do
just the first one,
Now you'll have to do them one by one.
and then add
Can we
the
Then add them.
Yeah.
Can we change it to
Then what about the table?
Yeah, you could. That's for the next lesson. So, I wasn't. I didn't want you to use the table for this lesson. I wanted you to practice doing the full calculation out. Do you know what I mean?
just spread out all those calculations.
calculations.
I just wanted you to practice not using the table and doing a full calculation if you had to. So 7 or more means 7, 8, 9, 10, or 11. Yeah. Okay, is that okay?
What does C mean? Like
Then
combined or combination?
I don't know actually why. Combine or combination, yeah. Excel calls it combine, like 11 combined 7, but I don't know if 11 combination 7 is better. There you go, Nikita.
Warming up.
What nothing you can do to warm up against
oh my
that.
God, my stuff. It's open.
Just spread out.
Just one.
Just let this now.
I want to see this film.
Just running already.
I'm tired.
Well, if we're to turn this using the table to fewer, will it be 6 or 0?
Yeah, but you have to.
Sorry, man. I'm out of energy. Can't answer any more questions.
Yeah, you have to use table for 6 or
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
Home time now, David. Yep. Lesson over.
This is gonna go with rain. This umbrella is back. I have umbrella in my bag, but I'm not going. There's umbrellas. Oh, those lists can be.
Is it heavy?
Is it heavy?
You
It's
can
pretty
read
early,
it.
man.
You have ears, don't you? Listen.
You guys run into this.
Listen how bad it is.